property manager for the Ministry of Education, covering the South Island. So I'll have to remember to speak slowly. I appreciate I've got an accent and I'm not a Christchurch boy originally, so please bear with me.
That's okay.
In case anybody hadn't noticed.
My father was born in Dunedin, it's okay.
The Ministry of Education is concerned around the policy 3.4.2, which is concerned the development contributions, which in the clause exempting the Crown from paying development contributions, but not non-Crown providers. And I don't believe that's what the Council had in mind. By way of background, the 2009-19 policy, comparable clause was 3.3.4, where the Crown as a landowner is exempt from paying DCs. The next iteration of that policy was the 1322, which is what is currently in force, and this is quite different. It includes a sentence, not all government bodies can be defined as a Crown, including charter or integrated schools. Development undertaken by those bodies may require development contribution. In using that policy, one of the early childhood providers who were not-for-profit, Kids First, were charged a development contribution of $33,000 for the development of Kids First in Diamond Harbour. They approached the council and discussed it with the council, who sought legal advice and were told that that was appropriate. The new policy change stipulates private developments on Crown-owned land are not exempt from paying development contributions. Our concern is that there's a real chance that that could prevent future development of early childhood facilities on Crown-owned land, and certainly doesn't support the Council's lifelong learning policy. So we believe that isn't actually a clarification, which is how it's worded, it's actually a change. And we would suggest that actually, if there was to be a change, it should be changed in the opposite way, that education providers on government-owned land don't pay development contributions.
But if you've got a private school, then it pays development contributions. If the private school builds on public land, then you say they should be exempt.
My concern is around early childhood providers especially.
Well, let's pretend we're talking about charter schools.
Okay.
That are you know, making money compared to a private school that offers exactly the same education, you know, down the road. I mean, why would you have two different rules?
Because I believe sorry. Well, certainly I think early childhood providers who are not-for-profit organisations, and while I quote Kids First here, a lot of early childhood providers aren't for-profit, that it could well hinder their provision of service. We give them the land, effectively, or use of the land, and $33,000 could significantly impact on an early childhood provider being able to provide that education in an area.
I didn't think that this applied to early childhood centres that were not-for-profit. So, so if the wording were explicit that they were exempt as well, so that they were under the existing policy, is that the way?
Well, the existing policy still allows them.
Tell me the example you used.
So it's Diamond Harbour Kids First Kindergarten.
And so when was that?
Sorry?
When did that happen?
I've got the dates on here. They had to hand over the payment of $33,000 in December, December 2014. And they had to do that, otherwise they wouldn't be issued a certificate of compliance.
Right. And which school site were they on?
Diamond Harbour.
Oh, Diamond Harbour School, right.
I would agree with you. If not-for-profit organisations were exempt, then I think that would be fair.
Right, okay. Yep.
So would that mean that early childhood facilities like Kids First, which are clearly not-for-profit, that they would be exempt, but like clearly when some early childhood centres are open up just as a private organisation, that in fact they would have to should pay the DCs?
I would,
Because there's a whole lot of them have opened up the last few years.
Yes.
Probably more in the future.
yeah. I think the current policy does allow the flexibility. I don't think the flexibility is being used, if I'm honest. Or certainly it wasn't in this instance. And I think it should be allow some flexibility around the need, because they can't get a licence from us unless there is a need in the community. So if there's a significant need in the community, then maybe it's an opportunity that we could work with yourselves around were they exempt or not. But the current change just says no, full stop, you have to pay.
Yeah. All right, so we'll take some further advice on that, but thank you very much for bringing that to our
Thank you.
attention.
And I appreciate the time, appreciate especially changing my time to now when I couldn't make earlier in the week.
No, very happy to do so.
Thank you.
Thank you.